Hi guys, today I will take a detailed and extended look at the Dacia Sandero, one of the most widespread and popular cars in Europe. Many buyers choose because of its simplicity, low running costs and predictable everyday usability. In this video I will go through the most commonly reported issues based on conversations with drivers and real-world user feedback. The goal is to deliver practical, detailed information that helps when evaluating a used Sandero. I will begin with the suspension because this is one of the most frequently mentioned areas. The Sandero has a naturally firm suspension setup. As a result, bumps and road imperfections are transmitted more directly than in more expensive competitors. With higher mileage, often from 40 to 60,000 kilometers onward, drivers frequently report knocking noises from the front axle. These sounds usually come from worn stabilizer links or degraded rubber bushings. These parts are inexpensive but crucial for comfort. During a test drive, any repeated noise or speed bumps or transverse cracks should be taken seriously. Next, the engine behavior, especially the 1.0 TCE. This engine dominates the Sandero lineup and has several recurring characteristics. Owners often describe noticeable vibrations at idle when the engine is cold. Since it's a three-cylinder unit, this is normal to some extent. Some drivers also mention short-lived RPM fluctuations immediately after starting, which disappear once the engine warms up. A number of owners report that software updates have improved cold start smoothness. There are also recurring comments about a brief metallic clicking sound from the turbo area when lifting off the throttle. This comes from the mechanical actuation mechanism of the turbo wastegate. It is a known characteristic of this setup and should only be a concern if it grows louder or appears under load. Observing the engine when cold and during low RPMs driving is recommended. In factory LPG models, some drivers experience slight hesitation during the first few kilometers, particularly on cold mornings. This disappears once the LPG system reaches operating temperature. In high mileage cars, increased valve clearance may appear if the engine has been run mainly on LPG without regular adjustments. Anyone considering a Sandero with LPG should test the car over a longer route, not just in the city. Moving on to the gearbox. Manual transmissions are simple and generally robust. However, many reports mention difficulty engaging first gear or reverse when the car is cold. Some owners found improvement after adjusting the shift linkage or changing the gearbox oil, even though this service is not part of the official schedule. A detailed test of the gearbox during parking maneuvers is important. The electronics in the Sandero tend to be reliable, but several small quirks appear regularly. Temporary errors from the parking sensors, traction control messages, and infotainment freezes are among the most commonly reported issues. Many of these disappear after restarting the car, but they reveal the importance of testing every system during inspection. Slow activation of the rear camera is another frequently mentioned behavior. Inside the cabin, it is common for squeaks and rattles to develop over time. Many drivers note noises from the dashboard, the central console, or the door panels. Seat rails can also develop minimal play after years of use. These are typical for a budget-friendly vehicle and not indicators of mechanical problems, but buyers should be aware of them. There are also repeated mentions of quickly wearing consumable parts, such as wiper blades, bulbs and door locks. These items are inexpensive but can provide hints about how intensively the vehicle was used in urban environments. At high speeds on the motorway, the Sandero's low mass becomes noticeable. Several users mention increased sensitivity to crosswinds and lane changes. This is normal for a lightweight vehicle, but it is important for drivers who plan frequent long journeys to test the car under such conditions. The braking system itself is reliable, but rear drum brakes can squeak, especially in vehicles driven mostly in the city. Owners report that the issue often disappears after a few firm braking cycles on a faster road. Two body-related observations also appear in several reports. First, the rear hatch seal can allow small amounts of moisture during heavy rain or after a car wash. Second, some users report early wear of the driveshaft rubber boots. Visual inspection during purchase is recommended for that reason. For models equipped with camera-based safety systems, it is essential to check that calibration was performed after any windscreen replacement. Misalignment can lead to irregular warnings. In summary, the Dacia Sandero is a simple and efficient car that performs well when maintained properly. The key areas to check include suspension condition, cold start, engine behavior, gearbox operation, electronic system stability, and interior condition. When these areas are in good shape, the Sandero can be a very reliable and economical daily vehicle that handles many years of use without major issues. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.